Hello? Hello? Hello, guys? Oh, wait. Timo's still muted. Okay, wait. Let me switch back to the... Hold on one second. Uh, it's the game. Uh, okay, unmute Discord. Set it to this voice chat. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, now everybody can hear Timo now.
Spongebob.
SpongeBob! Today we're gonna be playing SpongeBob. This was a game suggested and gifted by Timo. And yeah, I did want to play this game, and I already did play some of it. So we're just gonna be, speeding through the first level and stuff. So like,
Amazing. I just can't wait.
yeah. Although if the audio levels aren't that good, then say something, because I did test them before the stream, but I'm still not sure if it sounds too good. I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's just get right into it. We're gonna be starting a new game.
今日もビキニタウンは穏やかな一日。スポンジボブにとってはカニカーニで働く日はいつでも特別な日です。
So we're gonna be watching some of the
でも
cutscenes,
今日は
but
もっと特別な
we
日
will
に
be
なる
skipping
でしょう。
some dialogue, 'cause
怖い
that
く
does
ら
take
い
up a lot of time.
特別な日になるかも。
今日はきっと素晴らしい日になるよ。今度こそ絶対にね。あわわわわわわ。冗談じゃないよ。僕はいつも本気さ。
スポンジボブ、早くこっちに来い。やることが山積みだぞ。急ぐがに。イカルドのかい。
任せて。
食べられるレベルにまできれいにするんだ。スポンジボブ、これは一体どういうことだ。
Oh, that one's still dirty.
あっという間にきれいにしてみせるよ。
バカが半額だって。これはすごく楽しみだ。まずいぞスポンジボブ、このままじゃ危険だ。実はなスポンジボブ、昨日の晩はオタク拝見の最新エピソード放送日で早く帰り上の階から。
But then your boss would say that means you can work more.
それじゃあ急いで新しい材料を上から取ってこなきゃ。
I'm gonna be cleaning every single table all the time.
They'll have the profession of one guy that's gonna clean all the tables.
お客さんたちみんなが満足してくれないと僕だって満足できないんだ。
今日こそ店に嵐のように暴走する客が押し寄せてきそうですな。
おなじみの後ろ向き発言でも今日は憂鬱にはならん。
そろそろ時間か。
早速料理を始めてカーニバーガーたちをお客さんの幸せの中に送り出してあげよう。
最高にお得じゃないか。
I wonder if Krusty Krabs even has this kind of layout. SpongeBob is way too efficient, and he don't know the wonders behind.
Oh yeah, maybe.
我こそはお化け船長。
SpongeBob can make like
7つの海を股にかける
100
最
calorie patties
悪
in
だ
there.
恐怖にひれ伏すがいい。
As soon as you order your food, you already have it.
おい、ちゃんと列に並べよ、じいさん。
このお化け船長がつまらぬ聖者どもと並ぶだと考えられん、信じられん。こんな
考えられるだけの時間が経って
Wait, he needs to eat? I mean, like,
こ
he
ちらで
probably...
ございます陛下
No,
頭上にご注意ください
Maybe it's one of those things where they just eat for enjoyment.
Yeah.
Like it just tastes so good. You know, that's kind of why the creator of Spongebob hesitated so much to offer like a real life Krabby Patty to sell in restaurants or something, because it just wouldn't meet the standards. Or I mean, it wouldn't meet the expectations of people, because it's a cartoon, and in the cartoon they act like it's the best food ever. And if you bring it to real life and it's just a mediocre burger, like it would just fail.
ビキニタウンで最も偉
So
大
I
な
will
力を持
say
つ俺様の前に
then just don't
最
make
も
a
偉大なだ
mediocre
と
one, right?
少子神の見舞いであることがわ
Yeah,
からん
that's
と
true.
季節外れのハロウィン仮装人が
It's like, you know what people make
なんだと力を見せてやる
quite
Yeah.
thing is, why not just stop thinking about this as a fast food only? Because like maybe you could like sell it
や
on
め
a,
ておく
is it on a
食
special
欲が
day?
失せたわ汚れた靴下の匂いがするでな
Yeah, I
Then
think
it
it.
would be possible to make it high quality food, right?
Yeah, it'd be way better to have its own custom. Like make up their own recipe and sell it like
ここに戻るぞ
in a pop-up shop, pop-up restaurant or something. Because so far they collabed with Wendy's, Burger King, and it's just their regular burgers, and they call it the SpongeBob burger.
何かしらあれ
わからないわ。でもなんでか背びれがゾクッとしちゃったの。
カニカーニってあんな風に宙に浮いてたっけまたお化けまさかカニバナの方に行くんじゃないだろうな
Yeah. They even have a
すごいカーニーさんってば本当に頑張ってるね
what you call it? Yeah, at the bottom left corner, there's an in-game setting to set a speedrun timer. So you can't speedrun this game, but I still don't know all the tech.
Obviously, even though that will not be able to but even so, things keep me quite snappy and get they enjoy it. You know, trying to play fast more.
That's true.
女のお気に入りだ
Even speedrunners have this like first, like you know, playthrough when even if they try to be fast, they will play just about the, you know, similar to other people.
Yeah.
私ってば
There are
なんで
some
プラン
tricks
クトンに
that
鍵を任せたのかしら。
also,
ねえ
or
プ
during
ラン
the playthroughs, they'll be able to just kind of like catch on the fly certain things, but even then, you'll pale in
上
comparison
もっ
with
と上こ
say
の後って
playthrough
なんだっ
number
け
5, number 10,
無料の天然泥パックってわけか俺ってばなんてラッキーなんだ
売り様を助けてくれたら一生分今すぐ俺様をか
I forgot that hurts you.
これって投げつけるのそれとも放り出せばいいのプランクトンに聞いてみなきゃ
It's true. forgot how. I remember watching the video. I forgot how they did it.
Oh, you mean how they can like just fly in one direction and then arrive to the last place?
Yeah.
But if it was a Kirby game, it was
Yeah, you can just spam the jump. Oh, I'm about to die.
おいではお皿のスタート
An extra height. I'm sure it's possible.
I remember how at some point I realized that you can just like
よくなった
and I was also disappointed. I feel like I liked the Kirby games that have
半額カニバーガーのすごくいい匂いがする
that
でもお化けは嫌いなんだよ
not
お
my,
いらどうしたらいいんだ
my cup of tea, which kind of always makes me, you know, question like even thinking about buying a Kirby game. So this one definitely wins this regard.
That's true.
They already have a first blood. Well, maybe like three birds. You know what's funny? If this game was made like during the PS1 time, somehow this game will have like creepy moments and stuff.
They'd have like a creepy Easter egg.
よしならば聞け
よしならばここを片付けて出発できるよう
Like
に
if
し
you
よ
go
う
down here, and
出発への思いが重いね
like if you remember the TV, you can buy the TV. Oh, chat. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's typing in chat, but if you could buy a TV, and what if if you stared at the TV long enough, it just jump scares you, for, like no reason.
You know, but actually if you think about it, the Spongebob's world have a lot of potential to be like scary.
That's true. I mean, there's actual ghosts and stuff.
I mean, for the mainline games and so on that follow like the vibe of the show closely, of course not, it will not be a good idea. But the spin-offs, right, could be interesting. I mean, remember that Porky game? What the hell was that?
Oh yeah, that game. Bro, that game was weird. Why was this so creepy?
And how certain animations were so detailed to the point that it can just like
これが終わったら
wow.
True. Said you have to run it. Chat. We recorded that video, but we haven't posted it yet. So
本当かいパトリックありがとう
basically, that Porky game, the music was like really scary for some reason, and so was the background. In the first level,
コーニさんの
つまりあのおば
あいあいキャプテン
like it wasn't
マックから目的
it wasn't really necessary, in my opinion at least.
Especially considering that the next
ご覧
level,
ください
金魚アイラン
they
ドだ
don't even
す
hold
ご
up
いや
the
パトリッ
candle,
ク
and you
本
feel
物の
like
金魚船長に会えたりするのかな
それってもしかして
よく来たねお前
本当にジャングルには金があるんだカーニさんに教えるのが待ちきれないよ
おいで坊やたち
It's like a cowboy
どのく
level
らい
in the
勇
second
敢で大胆になこの金魚船長
金魚船長素敵だと思わないかいパトリック彼女なら信頼できるよ
Let's show them
一番
where
信
was I
頼
going?
できる
Oh
ね
yeah, this one.
図書館の司書さんみたい
Okay,
に
I always wonder, what is this like star
待って
onion
言わな
that I found?
今日はサーフィンでハングテンするには最高の日じゃないいや11まで行けちゃうかも
I think it's supposed to be flowers or something, like sea flowers. I don't really remember too
波乗り
well.
スポンジだ
Why are they so gigantic?
Good question.
I mean, obviously, it probably was done to make the show less, you know, kind of like to have like less empty stuff, right? In the sky. Well, it's not actually the sky, but you get me.
これが欲しかったんだよ
True. Like they couldn't put clouds in there, so they had to like do something else. I never noticed that before when I first played a game. You could see like the city in the background. It's all like glowing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
灯台が綺麗に照らしてるぞこれで金魚船長
This
も
game has
ジ
soul.
ャングルへの鍵を僕たちにくれるはず
もしかスポンジボブ見て小人さんがいる
何言ってるんだよパトリック僕たちがすごく高い場所にいるからだよ
ああだからなんだか体が膨れてる感じがするのかな
Okay, guys, we're making decent progress. 15 minutes in, and we're about to enter like the actual area of the level.
このフォークみたいなの使ってみたい
いいねカーニさんが金とお化け船長を見つけられるといいな
お化けのこと忘れてた
What? Why am I getting stuck on the wall? Why did I do that?
どこに行っとったのだやわあありがとう
パトリッ
Oh, you
ク
know what?
僕このジャングルは好きになれ
I
そうに
feel
ないよ
like whatever that thing
間違
died,
ってて緑が
I
いっぱ
definitely
い
could see
巨
people
大な
making
サルガみたいじゃないか
analogies for
これの何が嫌なのさ
True.
機械仕掛けのお化けっ
Jump
て
scare.
お化けらしいお化けよりも怖くないね
でもスポンジボブまたお化けに出くわしちゃったらどうする
I
の
wouldn't like. SpongeBob has a ton of creepy pastas. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an analog for it.
Oh, the replacement of Patrick.
Oh yeah. Like Patrick wasn't completely
こ
stupid
いつらは本物のお化けじゃないよだか
in
ら
the
悪さ
original
はしてこないさ
SpongeBob. Or, I mean, the first few
さすがに
seasons,
近づいたら悪さしてくる
and
で
then
し
they
ょ
replaced it.
I know they call
パ
it
トリッ
like
クこいつらは本物のお化けじゃないよだから悪さはしてこないさ
Yeah.
さすがに近づいたら悪さしてくるでしょ
I would put something like one day SpongeBob is the third part of the story. That goes that there is a night, specific day. You're not supposed to look at these jellyfishes like sea clouds in the sky, or else something bad happens. One day,
Something bad.
Patrick's curiosity.
いやあ
And then he did look up at the sky, and something bad did
頼
happen.
むよ
No. I feel like we can go a bit further. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. And worse, nothing kept happening. Like, he thinks that SpongeBob will really do it, but it didn't happen. He was thinking, you know, was he gonna fall down somewhere? He was still thinking. Nothing happened. Nothing happened for a while. But then,
二人とも私の声が聞こえてないのかこっちに来いと言ってるがに
カーニさん金を見つけたんですねこの滝の流れを止める方法さえ見つかれば
What
な
happens?
そ それならオイラのへその駒を使うのはどう？何にで
This
も
is
制
what
御しちゃ
happens
うよ。
when you don't
I'm
call.
going to say how it just started to be harder to think about things. I guess the short ends with showing bikini bottom completely devoid of any life. Completely silent.
True.
Nothing happened.
Imagine if, yeah, imagine if this game has a bad ending and it's like how you're describing right now.
パトリック今の聞いた。
So it's
今
not
の
the
音お化け
chief
船長じゃ
to
ない
show
かな。
how live
きっと
it
僕た
goes
ち追いつ
back.
いてきてるんだ。
Yeah.
むしろ
Before
オイ
that,
ラが起きた時のお腹の音に似てると思ったけどな。
あわわわわわわわわ。それ面白いよパトリック。
after all, the ghost needs some, scared. There's nobody to be scared and everybody is a ghost. Perhaps some just, go to sleep or something like that.
True.
But I was thinking, like if ghosts were real and they wanted to scare someone, wouldn't that eventually get old?
やっほ
I think it would.
ねえスポンジボブ。もしかして金魚船長、ここに金があるってオイラたちを騙したのかな。
Maybe it's just a potential that after a while it will just get super long.
What would you do if you were a ghost?
There is one event like in Warsaw, right? But of course, if it was like, if I possess those that cannot really interact with the world, that
True, imagine still being conscious and there's nothing you could do.
I mean, if you can't do anything, you might as well be dead.
Exactly.
何をしたのか知らないけれど滝が止まったわ。それで金の匂いがパパをおかしくしちゃってるの。早く戻ってきて二人とも。
やったね。しかもパトリック、君のおへそのごまは全部健在だ。だけどどうやって帰ろうか。
それなら
We
都合
cleared
よく
the
現
entire
れたこの
area in
道を
5
辿って帰
minutes.
るのはどう？
But pretty soon we're gonna beat the whole first level in like half an hour. Or the next area is a bit harder, at least in my opinion. So probably no.
わかったよ。
By the way, I hope everybody is having a decent day. Tomorrow's Friday. That's cool. Timo, have you ever been to like a Friday party?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, me neither. I wonder if there's gonna be another SpongeBob game after this one.
you know, if they keep being so much successful, right? I think you can expect it. But from the same developer or same style maybe or anything like that.
True. I mean, it's still a licensed game, so like you can't always count on the same developers making it all the time.
Oh yeah!
スポンジボブ、オイラたちって今墓荒らししてるの？
違うよパトリック、ただ借りてるだけさ。きっと誰も気にしないって。
ああ、いつかオイラがイカルドのナプキンを借りてずっと返してないのと一緒か。実はまだ持ってるんだよね。
Back licensed games that usually they have to like lots of money will go in a specific direction to make the game has like potential problems with the budget if they will not, you know, make the game and or its production cycle to be specific.
That's true.
That kind of like makes it so there is limitations of what kind of game you can get with this licensed game. I mean, in the past, they kind of, you know, didn't care much at first. Like, they were doing, like, a lot of, like, experimentations to the point that sometimes the games didn't even, you know, bring lots of money, and yet they still were willing to take risks. Now, I think it's less often the case. Like, ever, like, have a financial failure or anything. But that's also kind of sad because then taking less risks means you can't get the same game. And we just hope that at the very least the same game, at the very least it will be a good game.
いやお化けそこら中にいるわ最高に最悪よ
しまった、採掘がお化けたちの気に障ったみたいだ。
オイラも何も言われずに墓石を動かされちゃったら嫌かも。
Stupid.
いやお化けそこら
What would you say is your favorite licensed
最
game?
高に最悪よ
Well,
しまった、採掘がお化けたちの気に障ったみたいだ。
well, one of my
オ
favorites
イラも何も言われずに墓石を動かされちゃったら嫌かも。
I think it was the last one with the publisher and it was a Lord of the Rings.
The meme one?
No, not the new one, it's the one that it's like a special. And it's based on the last one. The Return of the King.
Oh, what console was it?
もう行き止まりじゃなくなったよ
よくや
PC?
ったがに早速お化け
I
船
mean,
長
it
と
wasn't
財
PC,
宝を
I
見
played
つける
it
のだ
since like you know, I had like you didn't have like much consoles, so
パトリック、交換はちょっとお休みしよう。少し虚しくなってきた。
unless you count those are like more supported games.
もしかしてお化けたちがお礼のために道を開けてくれたの
That
かな。
sounds epic.
If I would just
もし
take
そ
a
うで
guess,
も、
since
そ
I
れ
don't
が僕たちを
remember,
追い出
it
したかっ
probably
た
was
と
a
しても、
PS2.
これでみんなゆっくり休めるね。
Always.
Not always.
大変だ、また水が。どうしたらいいパトリッ
If I
ク。
mentioned a couple more, even though I always was skeptical of licensed games, right? Especially
どうやら古代の建築家が神秘的な理由であの敵を置いたみ
because
たいだね。
you know how licensed games could be, right? They mostly often not that good anyway. And that one time I played the Wall-E game. And honestly, I was kind of like meh about it, right? But once I started to play more of it and I started to compare it with other licensed games, I agreed that in the end, it definitely was not a bad game. Especially if you play it like right after the movie. It's quite an enjoyable experience, I guess.
True. But I think the PC version of Wally is if I remember correctly, it's like it's a port of the PS2 version. and that means there's two versions of the game. There's the PS2 version and the PS3 version. Or I should say, like, what generation was PS2 again? I feel so stupid.
That doesn't really matter. It's kind of hard to.
スポンジボブ見て扉が開いたよ急ごう
スポンジボブただいま向かいます
I mean, at some point I was like kind of just a bit following the generation thing, right? Just a bit. But then since they released so many, and then the whole of
あなたたち2人が何してるかわからないけどうまくいってるわそのまま続けて
I mean, for a while, it felt like there was only like 1, 2, and 3, right? That was for a while that you got that feel. Then you had this like the so-called next gen feel to it. At least you know, when it comes to my age. But this was my perspective of it. That was like these two older ones and these two fresh ones, or like more fresh ones, right? But now you move past that, and it's getting harder.
I mean, this current generation barely feels like a generation at all.
Yeah, that's another thing, is that it stopped feeling like so. I mean, it wasn't even feeling like so with PS4 since, well, the jump from 720 to 1080, which by the way often was fake 1080, right? It was 900 something often not. Which make me like feel like, well...
熱中王の荷物を手
Not much.
Once we stopped having like this like very important jump and fortunately we started to use a lot of like professional power like for example Dream and no, I'm not gonna say it's really bad, it's just like you feel like this is something that would be, you know, make sense for a PC, but like since console is supposed to be more concentrated on giving you video games, I wasn't a fan that part of the processing power was used to kind of like constantly, and I mean it, constantly kind of like doing this like recording in the background, so that at any moment notice you could just like press a button and like save a clip. This is insane. Like, I get it that some people like to share the game, but in the end, I don't think that was a good idea.
You're spying.
Fine or not, it's almost like it like allows them to advertise the games much more easier, right? I feel like this wasn't done for the players, also for like us to share, but at the same time, well, it's more like for them. And I mean it because like this feature wasn't exactly super responsive. The quality was not good at all. It was not good at all. So that was incredibly dedicated, you know, ways of recording the gameplay and doing the streaming. That was just not good. Like a lot of like, especially action-oriented stuff, right? It just was well. You could see how everything gets pixelated often. I don't know what they were thinking, but they definitely didn't think about the players.
Exactly.
上もっとスポンジボブあと一つだよ
Do you think Spongebob is like full name or like it's actually like Sponge and Bob?
この後って
He's
な
like
んだっけ
he has a second and a first name.
I think SpongeBob is his. Yeah, I feel like it is just his whole name.
But I like I could imagine that if it was like this spin-off where there's like realistic actors instead. You know how this.
Yeah.
Now it's definitely out of fashion, but they did
二人とも楽しんで
so
る
I will not mention the
なん
examples,
て
right? Just my
美しい
for this. But imagine if there was such a movie, and I definitely could see that he will be Bob. Bob
True.
Fun.
I mean, there's a SpongeBob musical that's live action. I wonder if that is.
お化け船長とネプチューンが戦ってるの？
そう見えるね。
And imagine if he would have a wife, and she'd be Mrs. Fun.
Mr. Sponge and Mr. Sponge.
いらないよ。
Please. I can see it.
It'd be a mid 2000s reboot where he's like manly or something.
Also, I potentially would dig the version where it's like noir thing, right?
Yeah.
For some reason. I could see like, you know, Patrick could be like this like, huge French coat, right? Keep it like overweight.
He'd be smoking a cigar.
And you're like, hey Bobby, long time no see.
Nickelodeon, are you writing this down? Actually, don't write this down. This is our SpongeBob fan comic. I mean, fan fiction. No way. If you ran into a mimic in real life, what would you do?
I think the best thing is catch it and get lots of fun. But probably this concept will be like realistic and like that. Maybe not so interesting for the time because it's probably gonna be some kind of organic form that hides itself in the chest, right?
Yeah.
But of course, if it's gonna be like magic based or something like that, then definitely worthwhile. But it's not, if it's gonna be operate by realistic standards that we have today, well, it's gonna be a bit disappointing because it will be like, you know this angler fish, right? It's gonna be the same, but it's like swimming, right? So it's not technically.
That'd be scary.
Then again, though, it's probably will adapt to the modern world. It's not gonna be the chest, right? It will have some kind of different way to attract people. Maybe it will look like a huge bag of money. Something like that. Enticing person to approach.
Oh, you can't dig them with that.
I do like the concept of mini because in real life, many things are kind of like a mini.
Yeah.
Something always entice you, you know. For example, like, there are some that they are actually working in some kind of like restaurant or place, right? And they make it, they play in a role like regular, you know, to have a date or something. What actually does this is not a mimic situation.
That's true. Although it'd be scary to think that there's something that hunts people specifically. And we're done. Guys, we did it. We beat the level. If this was in the show, how do you think they'd how would they portray or animate SpongeBob and Patrick fighting a big robot chest?
Well, sorry.
Bless.
This is not a gameplay. I feel like it'd be oriented around some joke.
Oh, true, maybe.
It will not be just like a straight up fight. Which I won't say that it didn't happen in the show, right? But many cases there was something going in the background as a way to make it more fun and not just being fight. The game definitely lacks this kind of things because it can just, well, rely on its gameplay. But the show cannot really do that, so definitely it's a good thing.
This is true.
サンディを探そう。何にでも熱心な。
Well, guys, that's the end of the stream. I didn't want to stream for too long, and I'm not sure how long the next level will take. I don't know. I was thinking of next time beating the rest of the game in one go. I don't think there's that many levels. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 6 levels left, and each one is around an hour long. So I feel like I could probably beat it in one go.
Also, it'd be more exciting since didn't you not play this one, right?
Yeah, I didn't play them yet. Free soda? Oh wow, you can knock them out. I didn't expect that. Can you knock off the food? No, you can't.
Surprised there is no achievement for that.
True.
I remember how first when achievement appeared, they felt kind of a bit more meaningful.
あら、あなたた
And then
ち
it
とってもおしゃれになったわ
You
ね
jump.
私のおかげね
The achievement done.
You jumped where you were not supposed to. I wonder how you get up there. Oh, that's how.
I also kind of feel it's a bit anticlimactic. Like, say you just like start the game and they show you the location, maybe, right?
すごいね。
And you understand, yeah, that's the beginning. And then there is like,
いらないよ。
and you look at the text and it says it all just began, and you're like, oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Wow, they actually were thinking about so that you could actually do that inside of it.
That's correct. Well, guys, that's the end of the stream.
See you next time, like in Persona.
See you next time. What is SpongeBob doing? Oh, he's yawning. Oh, he's asleep. He's